morning. I think it still is, everybody. We'd like to welcome you here today on behalf of the Seven Sisters and the land of the Gadigal people. The place we stand on in the language of the Gadigal people is called Talbaguli, the harbour. So welcome to the harbour and the feast we have prepared for you today.
Ali Cobby Eckermann, Yankanjara. Ribbons of campfire smoke drift in a sunrise sky as people begin to rise. The spear maker squats over the fire, his weapons hardened over coals. He stands to stretch. His eyes turn to the hillside where earthen thighs hide a sacred spring. 3 crows circle nearby. He can see the women hurrying back from the hidden pathway, their movements clumsy in haste. He can see his brother running from the ochre cliffs, signalling, "Get the spears ready." Fear in their eyes, the women whisper, "There is danger here." In gesture language, the old man signals, "Shh, the air is wrong." The old man and his wife hold parliament with magpies. Within the meeting circle, chatter is warbled with worry. The remainder of the tribe wait in the shadows. Their trust in tribal ways is absolute. They watch in silence, ready to flee. The meeting erupts in a birdstorm. Strange animals and pale men burst from the river. Hack, 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 hands, heads, hearts. The clan slaughtered, dying, dying, dead. Senses shattered by loss, she staggers to follow birdsong. Chirping, red-browed finches lead to water. Ringnet parrots place berries in her path. Honeyeaters flit the route to sweet grevillea. Owls nest in her eyes. Crimson wattlebirds turn shades of green. Blue wrens turn camouflage brown. Pied butcherbirds lay trinkets in her path. Grey fantails flutter a soft revival. Apostle birds flicker on the edge of her eyes. Emus on the horizon stand like arrows. The woman turns, follows the emus. "Let's get married," she laughs as she stabs him in the shoulder. "Sure thing," he laughs as they walk to the hospital, a half-worn sock stuffed in the knife hole. The doctor casts quick glances over his glasses as he cleans and stitches the wound in disbelief. As they walk down to their river tree, he picks up a log, hitting her across the back. Laughing, she grabs it, wrestling it away, swinging it with all her might, snapping his forearm. Back at the hospital, the doctor peers over his glasses to stare at a love that runs deeper than any wound. She grew so tired listening to his requests. "Any cough, Lolly? Where's the smokes? Worrell, where's the worrell? Where's my puffer? You seen my Archie Roach CD? Where's the remote control? Where's the car keys? You seen my wallet? Where's my hat?" Every time he left the house or at night when he slept, she hand-sewed his new coat with many pockets. She fills the pockets with cigarettes and lighters, his necessary credentials, his medical supplies. With weary eyes, she smiles, handing the new coat to him. Smiling, he bid her for 50, then headed for the casino. In the morning, he says, "Stay in bed, dear. You rest now. I'll make breakfast." But there's no food in the fridge. You got to go to the shops. You're looking for his wallet. Gently, he asks her, You seen my new coat? I can't stop drinking, I tell you true, since I watched my daughter perish. She burnt to death inside a car. I lost what I most cherish. I seen the angels hold her as I screamed with useless hope. Can't stop drinking, I tell you true, it's the only way I cope. Can't stop drinking, I tell you true, since I found my sister dead. She hung herself to stop the rapes. I found her in the shed. That rapist bastard still lives here, unpunished in this town. Can't stop drinking, I tell you true, since I cut her down. Can't stop drinking, I tell you true, since my mother passed away. They found her battered down the creek. I miss her more each day. My family blame me for her death. Their words have made me wild. Can't stop drinking, I tell you true, 'cause I was just a child. So if you see someone like me, who's drunk and loud and cursing, don't judge too hard, 'cause you don't know what sorrows we are nursing. I was born Yankunytjatjara. My mother is Yankunytjatjara. Her mother was Yankunytjatjara. My family is Yankunytjatjara. I've learnt many things from my family elders. I have grown to recognise that life travels in circles. Aboriginal culture has taught me this. When I was born, I was not allowed to live with my family. I grew up in the white man's world. We lived in a square house. We picked fruit and vegetables from a neat fenced square plot. We kept animals in square paddocks. We ate at a square table. We sat on square chairs. I slept on a square bed. I looked at myself in a square mirror and did not know who I was. One day I met my mother. I began to travel. I visited places that I had already been, but this time I sat down with family. We gathered closely together by big round campfires. We ate bush tucker, feasting on round ants and berries. We ate meat from animals that live in round burrows. We slept in circles on beaches around our fires. We sat in the dirt on our land that belongs to a big round planet. We watched the moon grow to a magnificent yellow circle. That was our time. I have learnt 2 different ways now. I'm thankful for this. That is part of my life circle. My heart is round, ready to echo the music of my family, but the square within me remains. The square stops me in my entirety.
Lorna Munro, Radri, Gamilaroi. Blinded, bounded, I waited, deliberated and inebriated. I sat in silence for you, waiting for a hero that would never come. A knight in shining armour, this adventure stopped being fun a long time ago. Timing is of the essence, timing is key. Time, T-I-M-E. An external force dictating our lives, an excuse for not wanting to save me. Time wasted, situation abated, my will to not want to play the victim was long confiscated. Submerged in my own pool of pity, you stole the plug. Absence, green fairy drug, in your shadow of death I learned to strum a tune, played for the fool. I watched an invisible choir utilise its glorified tool. I watched them, hymns anointed, the congregation rehearses with souls jointed, singing curses of verses with feet touching gravel, confusing the senses, selling them the gift of flying while I was slowly dying. Scriptures embellished with the blood of a king long gone, wasted love, wasted spawn, wasted memories, though are they ever wasted? A thought so delicious that it could be tasted. But whoever really forgets, this princess has not learnt to live with her inherited regrets, paying a debt of her own not owed, sins of the father, seeds well sown. Truth is something every human being on this planet seeks. If he was personified, we see him front cover magazines but never on your streets, playing deaf, dumb and blind when we depend on him to speak. An ever-elusive escape artist, bullshit artist, classes, pump up a chest, prey on the weak. Never accountable, always seems to land on his feet, never in public, always out of reach, but remains too close, offending personal space at times. We go on a spiritual journey around the world just to find that man in that mirror staring back at you behind, that projected reflection he has created for you and only you to wear again at certain times. Shatter the illusion of a socially constructed history. I'm at war with myself, can't let truth get the best of me. I defy the very lie, try to memorize my own rhymes because the truth is I write my own destiny. Power to the people, grievously misunderstood. My people have the power, birthing false statehood. Top-down hierarchy, preaching deliciously democratic decay. Road of good intentions, paved with sugar, tea and flour, following the good old US of A. Community engagement, political politeness, diplomatic oath. We swallow this verbal vomit that we know it pains the throat. A sweetener would help the medicine go down, said the man in the sterile white coat, but no prescription could be found for eugenics. Label reads assimilation or laxative. Take a double dose and wash it down. Dumb down. Truly relaxative. Water's polluted. Simple persuasion. Cohesion, compliance, or a con. Conviction. We take 2 steps back, 1 forward, but where the fuck from? White Australia has a black foundation. It's stolen land you're standing on. Repeatedly offending intelligence, apologies made, official statements retracted, saying sorry but not really showing remorse for the way that they acted. Keep marching on the same path, our generation shall not be detracted. Then we will have our own justice at last. Do you really believe the enemy will ever provide sanctuary, living under a stolen wealth government and a displaced mentality? Fossil fuels burn to feed the power-hungry giant, the confederated people machine. Mass media controls the message and we believe in the obscene. Blinded by our own brilliance, unbelievable atrocities, always heard of but never seen. Sometimes it just gets hard to breathe. In this world that we're travelling, escape to a different mind state that we developed out of defiance and debate. Can you relate? To thoughts clouded and jaded, my dreams of youth were overrated, for you presented a view clear and unfaded. Through a TV screen, both loved and hated, I ended up with great white hopes in a black brain. This environment created views of my own self, even back then was outdated. My best friend, she said, don't you ever change. This is a beast, a monster, a blob of wasted existence. Time to rearrange. The composition this musician was whistling in the soundtrack to our daily misery and misleaded intuition, but there was no superhero, toppling skyscrapers, changing height like a seesaw. I was quick to draw strength from my own version of law, and this was no playground, court or park, just a place that we would meet after dark and soak up each other's awesomeness. Spending a lifetime wondering where the time went, we were but girls, not quite women yet. Native roses emerging from a crisscross pavement, dying in waves, let these roots take shape. How does beauty seek nourishment in a resting mound graveyard for flowers built up on colonised ideals of what we should look like, mutating in just hours? What the fuck should I be like? Don't nobody try to censor how a lady should talk, right? Fuck it. I'm just a product of this soil, attempting to act right, water trying to be oil, cling wrap trying to be foil. Don't swear or you will spoil your pretty words. Poetry, it is a curse. My father says that in his language, your pen is your spear or sword that can be used to force opinions, pillaging and plundering on conforming villages. But again, I come in peace. But please, I come in peace. These visual images, let them invade your brain and detain it like what was done to my ancestors, our history and the way that you have stained it, because we cannot be vegetative grass, weeds or stars in this delusional, warped society, controlled, confined reality. My chest caves in on demand. It gets hard to see. A sense of self-worth hoarded behind a glass window. I cannot breathe. Natalie Harkin, Narunga. This one's for Eddie Maguire. The whip of his tongue. Flinch at the sting, a word offering from the tip of the whip of his tongue. She's been stung. Her gums bleed when she eats. She won't wear her top teeth because they push out her lips, fill her mouth wide beneath. So she looks like a savage, a monkey, they said. She secretly spends beauty industry cash to remove all fine hairs, now her arms fully waxed, because she's just like an ape or gorilla, they said. Flinch at the sting, a word offering from the tip of the whip of his tongue. She's been stung. She's back in the psych ward. They trial some new meds to quiet the hauntings locked in her head. Leave the past long gone to the past, they said. Flinch at the sting, a word offering from the tip of the whip of their tongues. She's stung. But it's not just in your head or in the past like they said. For these words don't sting a temporary pain, but cut deep, expose layers of self-loathing and blame. So what would it take for her mouth not to bleed, for her hair to grow wild and her mind to be freed? And what would it take to breathe without shame and to heal from the roots of such pain? Just remember this. Remember this. We're not their scientific theory. We are no missing link. We are fully human. We dream, love and think. We're the centre of our world, not their imagined ape other. We do know our history and why many still suffer. And we know about racism and debates about colour. For all who've been named and shamed like my aunt, with hearts raw on our sleeves, seeds of love we can plant. We can counter their sting, write new word offerings, and black out that whip from his tongue. This one's for my nana. Ode to the Board of Anthropological Research. She's not your hybrid between world wonder, nor your noble wretched girl, or your savage Australian nigger waiting to die. She was never destitute from mother love, and she won't let you see her cry. You will never know her fully. Tilt her chin up slightly to the right and shoot her body once again. Down the barrel of your camera, drag her image through your lens. You will never know her fully. Make her draw fish on a chalkboard, test her reading and her sums, and teach her time with the clanging mission bell. And you think she's making progress, clawing back from native hell, but you will never know her fully. Teach her to scrub and mop and sew, remove her 3 times from her lands, document her features and bleed her till she bends, and then examine her brown body through your microscopic lens, but you will never know her fully. You can frame her, you can name her through your science, stake your claim, but you will never stop her thinking, for her mind you cannot tame. Her sacred truth, her choices, will recover, I'll reclaim. No, you will never know her fully, never know us, never know. You will never know her fully, never know. And this is a little something for Anthony Mundine. It's called We're Here. We are your doctors, artists, poets, teachers, lawyers, IT experts, cleaners, musicians, actors, corner shop servers, bus drivers, builders, non-wage earners, your NAIDOC committee members, school volunteers, your money lenders, nurses, kitchen teapot toppers, housing workers, local coppers, your soldiers, sporting heroes, legends. We represent in all professions. We buy, we sell, we save, we spend. We're here until your bitter end. We're here until your bitter end. We are your nieces, nephews, sisters, brothers, kids, caregivers, fathers, mothers, cousins, aunties, uncles, sons, daughters, friends, you're everyone's. Your next door neighbours, taxi drivers, your ex-lovers, old admirers. We fight, we dream, we love, we pray. Sister girl, lesbian, bisexual, gay. We laugh, we cry, we bleed, we mend. From our ancestors we descend. We're here until your bitter end. We're here until your bitter end.
We are your songwriters, black rights campaigners, nightclub DJs, daisy chainers, your elder carers, coffee baristas, your damper bakers, campfire sitters, bikies, tour guides, opera singers, freedom fighters, church bell ringers, this minority within minority, this glittering ball, diversity. Flawed by the count of 10, we're here until your knockout end. We're here until your bitter end. Blood memories, stories, language, land, flag flies high, tall we stand, desert, mountains, rivers, sea, with grace we move, dignity, honour our humanity, our difference, our normality, always was, always will be, we're here, we're here. Thank you.
Put the eyes on first. To peace and freedom. Knowledge brings many things. With wisdom, the ever-elusive dream of the seeker of knowledge. It is wise to admit wrongs. It is honest and truthful and takes strength to demonstrate. Our first concern will always be our children, and that their lives will be infinitely better than ours. Our second is always look to the old people for their guidance, love and compassion. In times of struggle we have been rich, sharing nothing but our company and our concern. Taught from childhood to laugh in the face of adversity, because all it was doing was laughing at you. To appreciate the beauty of freedom, to strive for its goal. To respect elders, respect others, and respect yourself. The dream of equality like knowledge and wisdom are close. How to grasp on and never let go is the challenge we face. If you let us, we will teach you all that we know. The choice is yours. The way is ours, our dreaming, our fate. To forge a lasting peace, wisdom to admit wrongs is the first commitment to make. Embrace difference as equal, not inferior. The law of the land must return to the law of this land. To walk in our shoes is to know oppression, racism and hate from the cradle to the grave. Is restitution one generation living the same fate? Is one generation of poverty enough to learn your folly? Of 200 years of lies, claiming land that never was yours? Begin at the beginning, start with the truth. Build the foundation on Walpuri, Wadi Wadi, Wiradjuri, Waka Waka and Wick. Make Vincent the hero we all should read and know. Let the black saint of Redfern, Mum Shirl, bless you each day as you go. Citizenship ceremonies that teach of Jack Patton, William Cooper and William Ferguson. A university course on Billy Davo, Black Power, a compulsory pass required to know. Make Pemulwuy proud, bring him home a national hero. Bury him beside Taubaguli on Bidjigal shores. On that spot, build a monument worthy of the defender of this race. Make the law of the land today's law, Pemulwuy stand, our treaty of peace we can all sign up for. Let the politicians shake, quiver and quake. Their monopoly of power we are about to break. Their litany of lies silenced forever. We no longer wish to be governed by liars, cheats and frauds. Instead, a treaty for a lasting peace with the first peoples of this place. Oh, what a dream of a country to make, based on tolerance and equality, not hate. Bring the warrior home, no more denial. Give him the honour he truly deserves. Rewrite the history with a kinder hand than before. Watch the growth in the children to gauge its reward. We can all live at peace, in peace, at peace, and only then go forward. This is a prayer I made up in the wee cold hours in the morning when you get discouraged about where our future lies. Prayer to Bayami. What I would give for a real black man. Babana, Babana, built on quicksand. Alcohol the foundation, the eternal demand. No family, no culture, a white man's island. To Pemawoi, rainbow warrior chief, a desert, a place no man should flee. Where are you now, leader of we? We need you now in our darkest hour. Billy Davo, Black Power, Windradine, either one, to come again to lead these boys to manhood, make them men. Show them guidance, discipline through law, the family tree. Now is the time when so many are lost if we can't find a leader to protect and defend. What do we lose? What is the cost? A wife's life, a daughter's virtue, a mother's hand. Then the house has no windows, no fire, no doors. The only place to sit is on the floors. Alcohol the foundation, built on quicksand. Violence the measure of what not to be. No way to act toward your family. So please, Bayami, I entreat thee, send a black man, a warrior, so all can be free. An example to all what a black man should be. This was probably my first piece of poetry written, and if you know our people, we have a sorry business that seems like it's constant for us. So a lot of our people's poetry is written in eulogies. This is called Mary Co Daly, Little Sister. When do the tears stop falling? When does the pain and numbness go? How do we contemplate a future without hearing your voice and seeing your smile and watching your goodness glow? How can I break this vice-like grip upon my heart and soul that reduces me to tears every quiet moment that I have, wishing this was not so? I know that Dad came to lead you across our starry sky with his warm and smiling hello. What, little mare, they hunted you, eh? Come with me, my baby girl. I have so much to show you and so many things to say. But still I can't stop the tears from falling, and the ache in my soul won't go. Time is my only salvation. Time to learn how to live again without you. Time to watch and make sure your babies grow. Time enough one day for me to follow where you go. Only then for me, little sister, will my tears stop their flow. Arambi calling. This is my little dunghill, the country and the beautiful place that I grew up called 32 Acres, or Arambi. Arambi calling. Time has stood still at my home on the hill, beside the Kalair as it winds its way through this beautiful, peaceful valley. My father's land since time began, the heart of the mighty Wiradjuri. I hear the sound of thunder, I witness the calling in awe and wonder. The privilege of belonging here, not lost on me. Can't ignore the siren call of the cool Kalair water. Bayami has not invented a better place on a summer's day than under a shady tree on the banks of this river. There is no such thing as a ticking clock, only the sun's path across our Wiradjuri sky. Whether real or imagined, the dancing spectacle of warriors imitating the animals they hunt. The ceremony of great importance has begun. My father's clan take their place, the men's tall and proud. The singing starts as a slow, faint hum from the ground. The women announce themselves by calling out loud. All the participants come to their appointed place. There is much fanfare as one old man enters. He's not recognisable under his paint and feathers. but his every move is watched and commented upon. The old clever fellow, Kadaicha, Jakipela, whispers the ancient Wiradjuri incantation. Now our warriors are armed and blessed. They go by army, but only at his request. Until then, they are our defenders, our fighters, our men, who will make the ultimate sacrifice of their life to protect the women, the children of our clan. The Kalair Wiradjuri from Arambi, the place of crayfish. We are under threat, our land and river again has been looked upon with the eyes of greedy white men. They want to build a bypass, another road. Same old story. They came, they saw, they stole.
Alexis West, Birigubba, Waka Waka, Kanak, and Caucasian. I hear the spirits crying, sobbing for the land. Where are you, my children? Where's your healing hand? You turn your back for bunda, you dig for yellow cake. Spirits grieve and groan, all for consumers' sake. I despair in silence, a loss of what to do. I protest in misery as my soul is torn in two. I declare my misery and share with you my land. I stand before you helpless, bleeding tears on shifting sand. The present must be changed to make our souls complete. Together we'll be stronger to keep our golden heartbeat. Darkness, despairing, and endless, deep, deep ends. Beginnings and middles, the endless, sweet, sweet ends. Illness and issues and talking to talk. More pills and more chills and more wills to balk. Suffering and madness, the never ceasing light. The darkness and madness and ever circling insights. The crushing realities of insights well round, the misunderstandings of people all round, the soundless arguments so loud in my head, the endless silent screaming that wakes up the dead, the pills that are popped that silence the sound, the pills that are swallowed, that drown out the downs, pills that are gobbled, that grind down the grinds, the pills that just hollow and muddle up the minds. Prescriptions prescribed to help the insane, tablets inside leave no pleasures, no pains. No feelings, no heart, no orgasm, no bliss. It just leaves me swirling in an endless, bendless mist. I feel like eating chippies and getting really fat. Munging out on chocolates, puddles of lard left where I sat. Swallow more lollies. Don't feel your hurts, just eat some stew. Don't deal with painful memories, pretend and leave it alone. Just gobble down some twisties, guzzle coke, and drown alone. Feeling lost in sadness, fill the empty space. Gorge yourself on more crap food and shit it out as waste. Tiptoe now and hide away. The monster's out, she's here to play. She'll scream and yell, she'll frighten you all. She wants to play, she wants to maul. Don't make a noise. The screams begin. Don't drop a plate. The tears won't end. The monster's mental, she's out to play. She doesn't care who gets in her way. The monster drinks, so run and hide. The monster's coming, she is alive. Tiptoe now and hide away. Just stay quiet, or she'll come and play. Go away, monster, you're not my friend. Bring back my mummy. I want to play with her instead. I hear the old ones singing didge and clapsticks in my dreams. It's not childhood fantasy, something deep inside it seems. I hear the spirits calling for me to come on home. Where are you, my child? In the darkness, all alone. Look deep inside your heart to find what has been lost. Don't be ashamed to cry or afraid to trust. Don't give up your searching or fear what lies ahead. Know that they are with us to make straight the paths we tread. History, her story, must be told to make our souls complete. With this, we'll be much stronger to walk on golden streets. Thank you.
Hello. Malika Munro, Wiradjuri, Gamilaroi Nations. I am not a writer as per se, but I do like to write, and if I could, I'd write all day. I'd write about the things I'd like to do and say that I could never really do in some sort of way. I'd write about my hopes and dreams and all the little things that fulfill my fantasies. From a world of dragons and medieval beings to my own secret place where I find myself as a different person. The person I would like to, but never could actually be. I'd articulate the way I see the world, like all the beauty I see in the dark as much as in the light, and how by meeting just one certain person can bring so much delight, not fully knowing if it's wrong or right. I'd share the story of him and me, about the times when I wanted to leave, but most of all the times when he brought me so much glee, especially when he said that without me he was incomplete and that someday he would marry me. About our love and destiny and how sometimes I just want to choke him out at sea. I'd put pen to paper, the darings of a teenager, the feelings of knowing when you wake up that it's you against the world and that no one can save you from the drama that is like no other. But where does that drama come from? And furthermore, why is it only at that age that you feel that rage? I would love to say how honey was made and about the birds and the bees and in how in life it's all about the decisions we make. because we all know that in our own individual ways, that's how we all got here today. This one sort of touches on depression of people that, when I'm gone, please don't cry like you cared. Please don't say, oh, I should have been there, when you could have been there but never once dared. You watched me go about my business and didn't take no interest, to show me love or even to acknowledge my existence. So please, oh please, don't say, oh, I seen her the other day, and then realise that you failed to at least say, hey. By then I will be 6 feet under, and it will be too late. The worms will make me their friend, because that is all of our fate. My brain won't work and I won't remember, but it is you that will be left to wonder. Was it worth it all, the ignorance you showed, so you could keep some kind of control of what you and your friends thought, what really mattered? Because now you can't seem to sleep in your warm bed and live the life that you once led. One day you might wake up and see that you could have been just like me. And when you look through my eyes, you will see how you used to be. This one is dedicated to my children. My children are the threads that hold my heart together. They work hard to keep it in place for the better. I have a rib cage of bones that keep them enclosed and protected from the world outside and the unknown. I will not let anyone else in until they are prepared to share. I will watch them evolve and witness them fall, but at the end of the day, they will always have me to call. He gave them to me, and why? Well, at that time, I was unsure. They give me reason for life, bring light into my day, and no one could ever take that away. If it wasn't for them, I'd be in a black hole, living in a world full of hate, war, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. From their little fingers, you feel the softest touch. From their little smiles, you feel the warmest glow. From the time that you find out you're expecting, you watch them grow. For those that have nothing, they bring you everything. To those who have everything, they teach you how to adore. And to their grandparents, they bring so much more. When they develop into women and men, you wish that they were little again, so you can hold them and squeeze them, nurture them and feed them, like how you did when it all began. Then they make you so proud and you know that it is fate. My army sent you to me, so that means it was meant to be. To hold you and care for you and to always be there for you and to never let you go. Thank you.
Maggie Walsh, Kalkadoon, Bulgaman. The first poem I'm going to do is called Christmas Time. Getting flogged at the age of 8, strap across the legs for not standing straight. Where was my mummy? Where was my mob? Through teary eyes I'd sob. Footsteps echoing down the hall. The smell of carbolic permeates the air. All the other girls would stop and stare. The sound of the bell ringing tells us that it's dinner time. Have to go wash our hands and faces and stand up in line. Come on, girl, no dilly-dallying. Hurry up or you will miss out, matron would say. The only thing I will miss is my mum as I curl my hair with forefinger and thumb. And now, before we eat, we must say grace. We must also mind our manners before taking our plate. The sound of cutlery on chipped enamel plates. The smell of boiled cabbage hangs in the air. I pretend I'm not there. We'll be singing Christmas carols tonight. Don't we look all shiny and pretty in our frilly dresses of white? Not a pair of shoes in sight. On the back of this big old truck we would stand and sing Christmas carols to the white folks only. The melting candles our little black hands would burn and sting. Better keep on singing, matron would hiss with her glaring stare. Across the creek our mob would be. I wonder if we'll be going over there. And then on the ground we'd be a-scrambling. Them old white biddies chucking us lollies thought the sight of us pickaninnies quite funny and quite jolly. That night I tried to sleep in my bed. Thoughts of Mummy go through my head. Through the window I see the moon. Mummy will come get me. I know she will. She'll be here soon. Christmas morning, with no wrapping and with no name, each and every one of our gifts were perfectly the same. I'd never had such a gift, the smell of something new. Over time, the longer I was there, thoughts of Mummy were becoming just a few. But I suppose my only comfort was being my precious doll, the one I got for Christmas, which was exactly the same as all the others. All here like me, all here without our mothers. Mother Earth. The blanket of water descends on the ground, water swirling and rising fast, and you're asleep until you hear that sound. Then your heart begins to pound. It's raining cats and dogs, mudslide sliding down. What the hell is happening to this drought-ridden town? To build your flimsy houses, you chop down living forests. Make way, they're coming down, you say, and on deaf ears fall our protests. Now look at what has happened. Raging fires everywhere. All that money, that greedy greed can only bring despair. Can you feel her heat as the raging fires burn? Don't know which way to run, don't know which way to turn. Can you see the dark blue sky? Thunderstorm on its way. Listen to Mother Earth. Listen to what she has to say. Our poor Mother Earth, she suffers at man's hands. She has the scars to prove it, with open wounds across her lands. Can you feel her icy breath? It chills you to the bone. Chop more wood, light your fire. Can you hear her shivering moan? Can you see the whitecaps like icing on a cake? Can you see the tsunami, the result of earthquake? Can you see the twister that does its deadly dance across the settled township that doesn't stand a chance? Can you see her temper as it snakes down the mountains? This is Mother Earth's fireworks, a hot lava fountain. At the hands of man, she's weeping in pain. She will continue to cry many tears as the rain will come down again and again and again and again and so on and so on. I got inspired to write my next one by my grandchildren, and they gave this a big tick of approval. Aussie Animals, Part 1. Mr. and Mrs. Kangaroo, can I join you on your daily hop along to the billabong? Oh, look, there's Cookie Kookaburra sitting in his tree. What's so funny, Cookie? Are you laughing at me? Go on. Hey, look, there's Coralie Koala, sleepy as sleepy can be. All she does is chew all day on eucalyptus leaves. Is that Emily Emu with her long, long legs? Yeah, she telling Mr. Emu there to sit on their precious eggs. I can see Paddy Platypus. He's swimming in the shallow. He's going foraging for his food, then he'll go back to his burrow. Oh, look, there's Gazagala. His feathers are pink and white. He's up there in that tree. Look, he's getting ready to take flight. Hey, look at is that Dabo Dingo howling over there? Oh, you better not get too close, love. Don't want to give him a scare. Oh, well, look at Wilma Wombat there, scurrying to and fro. I wonder where she goes, because I'd really like to know. Look at Brenda Brumby, galloping about so free. The wind is blowing her white mane, oh, what a sight to see. You'll watch out, there's cranky crocodile there. He's lazing in the sun. Well, make sure he doesn't see you, or you might have to run. Hey, yeah, they're Barry Barramundi, eh? Swimming in the sea, dealer. Don't bite that hook, Barry, or you'll end up as someone's tea. Is that Frida Frillneck Lizard crossing the dusty road? Yeah, be careful, Frida, not to get hit by Semi with full load. Yeah. Hey, look, it's Terry Turtle out in the deep blue sea. Oh, look, he's waving. I'm sure he's waving just at me. Oh, there go Flossie Flying Fox up in the evening sky. Her wings flap back and forth as she lazily flies by. I hear Gretel Green Tree Frog croaking away in the night. Some people are scared of her, but I think Gretel's all right. I can see Polly Possum with eyes so wide and bright. All she does is sleep all day and comes out for food at night. Thank you. Have I got time for one quick one? Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit conscious of the time there, but this poem is the quickest poem I've ever written. It's the shortest poem, and I call it one of life's many unanswered questions. And it goes like this. Do shearers count sheep if they can't get to sleep?